everybody. You're watching GBU Outdoors, and today we just wanted to do a quick review on the Lone Wolf hand climber. This is the Assault 2. They have two versions of the hand climber. They've got the regular hand climber or Assault, and then they have the Assault Climber 2. The difference is the platforms and a 2.5 pound weight difference. The original was 14.7 pounds or 15 pounds, and the Assault 2 comes in about 17.5 pounds. So you're talking about a 2.5 pound difference. This one's the Assault 2. It has a 4.5 inch deeper and bigger platform, and that's where the extra weight's going to come from. And we're also going to review these XOP backpack straps that we modified the stand with. You know, I decided to go with this type of stand because I'm just trying to be more mobile this hunting season. I've always hunted with the Summit Vipers, and they've been a great stand. They're very comfortable. You can sit a long time in them, but they tend to be kind of bulky and cumbersome, you know, walking through the woods. So just wanted to try something a little bit different. Just ordered it. I've climbed with it. Haven't hunted with this thing yet. So anyway, first thoughts was it seems to be well built. It's, you know, it's strong. It's going to hold me up fine. It says it's weighted up to 350 pounds. I will tell you, first thing is the paint on it. It's okay. It's not bad paint, but it's gonna get scratched. So just go ahead and it's gonna get scratched up, which, you know, that's not a big deal to me. This is something I can put a little bit of paint on, green, black, you know, whatever colors you want to. It's not gonna affect my hunting. It's not gonna affect the performance of the stand. It's just it's aluminum, so you're not gonna have to really worry about rust if it gets scratched. You just touch it up with some paint, maybe at the end of every hunting season. So one of the first things that I noticed right away was these traction belts that I like versus other types of stands. Especially I think of the Summit because that's what I've hunted out of. These, I think they're a polyurethane type material that they're made of. Super quiet. You're not going to have to worry about, like on the Summits, you have that cable. And the Summits have a heat shrink, like a heat shrink tubing that's around that cable, but I can promise you after about 10 hunts, that starts coming off. And so you've got metal on metal, and it clanked all the time and made that noise in the woods. And I never really liked that. I just dealt with it. These belts, I mean, you're not going to hear it. They're totally quiet. So that's the first thing that I've noticed. They grip the tree fine. I've climbed a hickory tree so far in my backyard, an oak tree, and a pine tree. It gripped all three fine. Obviously, it gripped the pine tree the best. But yeah, so belts are definitely an A+ in my opinion. Okay, the stand, as y'all can tell, this thing gets extremely, I mean, we're talking about, I think it says about 4.5 inches thick when it's fully packed together, and that just is that slim profile. I love that coming through the woods. It keeps the weight of the stand and everything closer to my body, which to me makes it a lot easier to carry. So that's definitely a plus for me, the slim profile versus like something like a Summit. Again, not knocking the Summits, they're very comfortable stands, but just not the easiest to tote in on long hikes, like if you're going in public land or trying to get away from people. It packs up real nice. It just simply uses a bungee cord with a hook. You hook it up in here. Keeps the seat right there. You've got these straps that you hook to the bottom platform of the seat. All that does is keeps it together in case the two pieces was to slide down the tree, so you wouldn't be left there hanging. So that's what these are for. But I just crisscross them, as you can see, and just simply buckle them, take the excess and just kind of shove it in there, and it holds that real tight. It's not going anywhere with the bungees and the straps. So Alright, so we got the, this is the seat part of the stand, and the modifications that I made first is you're going to see I've got some duct tape here. It's actually Gorilla tape. I feel like that's a little bit better tape. I put some here, and I'm going to explain why there in just a second. I've also got some right here in this little corner on both sides. Alright, now the reason for the tape here. Alright, this is how the stand is packed, but when you're getting ready to hook it to a tree, you're just going to fold the arms this way, and as you can see in this corner right here where the tape's at, this is where the arm slowly lets down. Okay, so I just put some tape there. That's just to keep this from trying to get scratched up so bad, since it's metal on metal. Plus, the main thing is the noise. I mean, if you put just a little bit of tape there, it's a cheap way, a cheap modification. You know, tape will last you forever. It's easy. If it starts coming off, just put more. It's just a simple, quick solution. And you put that there and you're not going to hear anything. Super quiet. Okay? Spot. Okay, second spot I put some tape is right up here in these corners. The reason for it, and this is, it doesn't need tape here just when it's standing alone or when you're climbing. This tape here is, again, just for when you pack the top part. When you pack it, you're going to pack it right there, okay? And that's how it sits. Well, what I noticed first time I packed it before I put the tape, this top part here, you see this screw here? Zoom in right there. It's got this screw, okay, and I just noticed that when you pack it, it was sitting there and it was rubbing on your stand, so that's just going to scratch and eat into the metal and mess the head of the screw up, so I didn't want to do that. So again, simple solution, I put 2 or 3 layers to make it a little thicker, and it seems to work fine. It's quiet and it keeps the stand from getting so scratched up. So again, it's just going to pack right there, and that tape allows those screws to not be so messed up. So alright, simple. This lays flat when packing up and you're getting ready. You get to your tree, and all you're going to do is simply just loosen these up on both sides, and this is just going to easily slide up. And then when you get it up, you're just going to tighten it right down, and that'll lock it in place, okay? Easy peasy and very quick and quiet while you're sitting in the woods setting your stand up. Okay, so this is how the platform would be at the tree. Again, traction belt, super quiet. Easy to unlock. Again, makes no noise. They grip the tree fine. So you got no problems there. It's easy to adjust even while you're climbing a tree. If you had to adjust it, you know, you start at the bottom of the tree's a lot bigger in circumference, and then it typically gets smaller. So sometimes you have to adjust when you get up towards your height preference, wherever you like to hunt, whichever height. So that's easy to make that adjustment while climbing. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of how quick and easy it is to pack this thing up. First thing I like to do, I'll pull these belts in pretty low. I don't like them hanging up because that's just more to get caught when you're walking through the woods on vines and briars and such. So put these in all the way up. Alright, so simply just going to unscrew right here. This will start to let down. ready to go. Just that easy. So that doesn't take a whole lot of time, you know. It basically made no noise while doing that. So again, it's all about stealth, trying to stay as quiet as possible without the clean clanging of metal. So pretty happy with the stand so far. Alright, so now I want to talk about the XOP backpack straps. First thing that I thought when I got them in the mail, definitely rugged. I was impressed. I did not think they would be that rugged. They look to be quality material. Like I said, rugged. Stitching, I was kind of, you know, that's kind of one of my concerns before I got it. Stitching seems to be, it may be triple stitched, but I definitely have faith in the stitching that I can see. I think this thing's probably rated. There's no doubt in my mind I won't be carrying anywhere around 200 pounds, but if I had to carry 200 pounds with these, I would feel comfortable that they could do the job. They've got a lot of cushion here, so that's good. Main thing, the number one seller would be the adjustability on these straps. They're not going to take you 5 minutes to set up. It's probably going to take you more like 20 minutes to set up, just because they're so adjustable. So, but you know, takes a little longer to set up, but you can customize it to your frame. So I really like that. You know, some people might want to have the stand sit higher on their back, and some may want to have it sit, you know, a little lower on their back. So I really like that. The hip belt, that takes pretty much 90% of the weight off of your shoulders. I did notice that. And that's what your goal is to take all the weight off your shoulders, so that your shoulders aren't burning or aching, and your back's not hurting by the time you've walked 3/4 or a mile into the woods, and then you got to set up. So really like that. Yeah, I'm happy with them. I will show you now where I carried on my back what felt comfortable for me. I definitely didn't want the straps to be above my head. Again, I cinch them down as low as they'll go, but I didn't want them above my head because I felt like that might get caught on briars or overhanging limbs, you know, because most of the stuff that I'm going to hunt's probably going to be thicker in a thicker area. So anyway, I'll just show you where I carry it. Alright, so we got it strapped on. Again, this level here is where it feels comfortable to me. You can see the straps here, they're not really above my head too far. Right here at this level, you can kind of see they're about level with my head. That's because, again, walking through the woods, if there's overhanging trees, I wanted it to stay equal or lower than my head height, because that'll keep it from getting hung or tangled in a bush. The only complaint that I really had about the shoulder straps was, I mean, it's in here, can get kind of, I guess, uncomfortable. If you was to pull this all the way in, it pulls the straps in and kind of pinches on your neck a little bit, and so I noticed that can kind of be uncomfortable. It could be a little more padded there. So the first thing I did, you know, I just kind of let it out more to where it sits farther out, wider on my shoulders, and it doesn't pinch my neck any. Again, most of the weight's on my hip anyway, so that's the only thing I really had, is if they had more cushion there, you could tighten this across your chest. But again, it just kind of pinched inside my neck, so that wasn't really comfortable. So I mean, simple fix, just let it out a little bit. Again, this is, I mean, I'm really happy with the purchase. You know, look forward to using it this season. And you know, if I was you, I would just go ahead and just fork out the extra $35 or $30. And from the reviews and from my experience, I would just go ahead and get one of these versus the little bit cheaper brand. I think it'll get the job done, but again, it's got more adjustability, so it works for me. So So anyway, that's the Lone Wolf Assault 2 hand climber and the XOP backpack straps. That's going to be it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I gave the most honest review that I could. Again, haven't hunted in it this year. Hunting season is just around the corner. We're 3 weeks away. But I've walked around in the yard, climbed all the trees. I've shot my bow from the stand. You know, I'm really happy with the stand. Really happy with the backpack straps. So if y'all have any better modifications, or just leave a comment below and share your modifications that you've done to y'all stands. Let me know what you thought of the review. But good luck hunting this season, guys.